Okay, welcome everybody. So on this lesson, we're going to talk about arithmetic sequences. In an arithmetic sequence, the difference between one term and the next is called the constant, which means that we're going to either add or subtract the same value each time that we move from one term to the next. Okay, and this constant is called the common difference. Okay, the common difference because we are using the same number and it could either be added or subtracted. Okay, so let's look over these examples. The instructions say find the missing value or values in the sequence, then state the common difference. Okay, so since we know that we're dealing with arithmetic sequences, all we want to know is the difference between these two. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to subtract 10 minus 5. 10 minus 5, that gives me 5. Now, let's see if it happens the same thing on between these two terms, the 25 and the 20. So 25 minus 20 gives me 5. That means that our common difference is 5 since we have the same number on both cases. Okay, so we're going to say that our common difference here is, oops, I want to erase that. Our common difference here is 5. Now we could say we are adding 5, we could put plus 5, or just put the 5 on its own. It doesn't really matter much. Okay, so now we're gonna know that since we know that the common difference is adding 5, then we're gonna use that to help us find our next or missing values. So 5 plus 5, that gives me 10. 10 plus 5, that's gonna give me my missing value, which is 15. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so 15. And then the next one, 15 plus 5, 20. 20 plus 5, 25. 25 plus 5, that gives me 30. 30 plus 5, that gives me 35. Okay, now let's look at the next example. Okay, so now we have negative 11. We have we're gonna find the common difference here. Since we have blank negative 9, negative 11, negative 13, we're gonna do this. Negative 11 minus a negative 9. And at this point, if you are not sure of how to do this, I would just put the whole thing on decimals. Okay, it's the easiest way to go about it, and you will for sure know that you're getting the right answer. Okay, so we're gonna put negative 11 minus parentheses a negative 9, and that gives me a negative 2. Okay, so negative 2. Okay, so now let's try with the next one to see if we get the same value. So negative 13 minus negative 11, and that gives me, again, I'm just gonna go to decimals to be on the safe zone. Negative 13 minus negative 11, that gives me negative 2. Okay, so the same number, that means that my common difference is subtracting 2. So we are taking away 2, and I'll put negative 2 here. Okay, so now on this one, to find this missing term, since it's the number before, we're actually going to do the opposite. Okay, so we're gonna do negative 9, but instead of taking away 2, we are going to add 2, and that's gonna give me negative 7. Now I can double check to see if my answer is correct and do -9 minus a -7, and it gives me my common difference. So I am good to go. It's -7. Okay, so now -13 minus 2, that gives me a, let me use my equation actually. Gives me -15. -15 minus 2 is -17. And -17 minus 2 is -19. Okay, and that's it for this problem.